A finding that we're just working on at the moment that we're hoping to publish soon is one of those instances where I thought, right, there's no way that this affects consumer judgments, and lo and behold, it does. And this paper looks at the position of a price. So if you can imagine looking at an ad, and perhaps there's a television being promoted, and you've got some information about this television, and then of course there's a price that's listed on the ad, and it might be to the left or it might be to the right, right? And if you had asked me, does the position of the price matter, I probably would have said, no, I don't think so. And in fact, we looked at advertising practices across the board, across industries, and we looked at electronics retailers, we looked at discount retailers, and we found that they're pretty much all over the map in terms of how they promote price. Sometimes it's on the left, sometimes it's on the right, even within the same company. But we thought it would be interesting to look at this empirically and see if it made a difference. And what we found was that it does, otherwise I probably wouldn't be telling you the story. What we find is that we've got a default attentional system in the right hemisphere of our brains that controls attention. And it means that there's a disproportionate amount of attention that's focused on our left visual field. There's this very funny sort of crossover effect, not terribly relevant to business, but it does impact sort of how our brain impacts how we perceive things. And so we have this default attentional system that leads us to focus on the left visual field. And it's actually thought that's probably why most cultures read left to right. And if they don't read left to right, they process numbers left to right, they read music left to right. So it might all come back to the same thing. And sure enough, when we put an ad on the face of a refrigerator in a convenience store for a refrigerated beverage, an iced tea product, when we put the price on the left, people wouldn't buy the product. And the thought was that here we're putting the price in that visual field that everybody looks at. We're putting it where people attend to. And so suddenly price is really salient. And you're sort of thinking, really, do I really need an iced tea? Gosh, it's gonna set me back, £1.50 or $1.50. And maybe I should just pass. But if we put it on the right of the ad, same refrigerator case, same convenience store, but we put the price on the right, lo and behold, what we see is that people will buy that iced tea. They're more likely to buy the iced tea now that when the price is on the right than when it's on the left. And we've replicated it for Coca-Cola and some other beverages. We're very lucky we have an industry partner that runs a convenience store, and they've been very, very accommodating. But we've replicated it several times. So we find this effect, this default attentional system is leading to a bias towards the left visual field. And sometimes that would be a good thing. Maybe for an image of your product, that would be a good thing. But when it's price information, that seems to be negative, that the consumer will undervalue the product, and they won't choose to buy the product, right? So some of the sales data that I just described reflect that.